The stretch reflex is a monosynaptic reflex involving muscle spindles, so you know that the sensory neuron synapses directly with the motor neuron in the spinal cord. The stretch reflex is the best known monosynaptic reflex, and they're quite common. They're found in internal organs, so you'll hear about them in later chapters. The stretch reflex automatically regulates skeletal muscle length. The stimulus is increasing the muscle length, and this triggers a contraction of that stretched muscle. A great example is the knee jerk reflex or patellar reflex. Kind of think of pulling a rubber band and letting it go and it snaps back. That's like the stretch reflex. Here are the steps in the patellar reflex. First, there's stimulation. Now, you've had this done in the doctor's office when you're sitting on the lab table and they tap your knee with a hammer. That hammer taps the ligament, the patellar ligament, that goes from the patella to the tibia, and it stretches the fibers in the quadriceps muscle. The stretch receptors in that muscle are distorted and stimulate the sensory neuron. That sensory neuron enters the spinal cord through the posterior root ganglion, and it synapses directly with the motor neuron. Information is processed in the spinal cord. Once activated, the motor neuron sends action potentials to the effector, the quadriceps femoris. And the skeletal muscles contract, and you kick your leg out. Postural reflexes are another type of stretch reflex. So imagine standing and swaying from side to side. As you sway to the right, what's happening to the muscles on the left? And as you sway to the left, what's happening to the muscles on the right? These muscle groups have to work in opposition to one another to maintain your balance. Leaning forward stimulates stretch receptors in your calf muscles, and they respond by contracting to pull you back upright. These postural adjustments are unconscious. Which of these is the receptor for a stretch reflex? Muscle spindle.